Representative. Brother David.
Yes.
Could you turn the music down? Ladies and gentlemen, this is my theme song for my radio program. And I'm going to keep on pushing.
Yep, amen.
And that's what I want to do today. Keep on pushing. I want to thank y'all for coming out. What I'm doing today, I'm using this opportunity, and I want to thank David, the gentleman who is the owner of this establishment. He's been here for a couple of years here in Lewisburg, and a lot of you have probably already dined here in this establishment. He has, of course, very good food. All of us can attest to that. So, I want to take this opportunity before I go any further and let you know, as of today, I am officially announcing my candidacy for re-election for the town of Lewisburg. There are some unfinished business that I'd like to take care of, and I only can do it by getting re-elected. And in order for me to get re-elected, I need your help and your support. However, as we venture on this journey, there have been some hurdles that have been placed out there in front of me. As you may have already known, that there was a bill called House Bill 183, Session Law 2025-15. And what that law does is that it changed the rules on how we elect the mayor in the town of Lewisburg. Now, it does not affect the rules as we elect our town council. It only affects the rules for the mayor. Now, this is a state law, but this law does not apply to any other municipality in Franklin County. It only applies to Lewisburg. Does not apply to Franklinton, does not apply to Bud, Youngstown. Only Lewisburg. That's the strange thing about this bill. Nobody else knows how it came about. Most of us know that a bill, through our class of Civics 101, in order for a bill to pass, it has to have a sponsor. Somehow this bill got passed with no sponsor.
Oh my God.
Nobody seems to know anything about it. Nobody wants to take claim for it. See, that's the thing. Oh, one other thought. The mayor of Lewisburg happens to be an African American. See, no other town has an African American mayor in Franklin County. Why did this law come about? And why Lewisburg? Now, I'll ask this question. So, all of us should be concerned about this. See, the shady way it happened. It was finalized in a bill by a representative named James Flack, who is a representative of a district, state representative of a district that is way out in western part of North Carolina, Transylvania County. How in the world can some citizens out in Transylvania County know about the situation here in Lewisburg? Can you name a town in Transylvania County? How do you think the citizens can name a town in Franklin County almost 500 miles away? That's the thing about this. Now, I was first told about this bill by our representative, Matthew Winslow. He told me that this bill is coming about. But as it became law, somehow he lost, hey, I don't know what's happening. You see. Also, our representative, state representative from the North Carolina Senate, Ms. Lisa Barnes, knew about this. And our local newspaper did some magnificent investigative reporting and probed and tried to find out where this originated, to no avail. But today, I want to let you know that I challenge my opponent for a debate. I want them to come before you, the citizens, and tell them how this, give you their version on what they know about this bill, now law. I want you to continue to talk about this. I want you to continue to get in front of your representative, Matthew Winslow, and ask him about it. Challenge him to come to your organization. Just challenge him to come out in public. And I challenge my opponent to come out in public and give you his vision for Lewisburg, as well as his thoughts on this bill, now law. There's a lot of strange things about this law, and it happens to be just one little paragraph in the law, one little paragraph that points out Lewisburg. And what that says now, to clarify even further, right now, you have to vote twice for the mayor of Lewisburg. No other town, municipality, in the state has this law. See, first of all, if there are more than 2 people running for mayor in Lewisburg, then we have to have a runoff with the 2 top individuals after this runoff will then face off in November. Now, as mayor of Lewisburg, that will cost Lewisburg between $7,000 to $10,000. You see, whenever you have a runoff, whether you know it or not, you, the taxpayers, pay for it. That's the case of Raleigh, Durham, Franklinton, Bud, Jonesville, wherever there's a runoff. That little municipality pays for their election. Now, this state law now places a burden on the town of Lewisburg to pay for possibly 2 elections. We didn't ask for that. You did not ask for that. But they did it anyway. They did it behind your back. It was like a hoodwink, bamboozled the citizens of Lewisburg for it. And you, us, need to challenge them. Why you're doing this? Why do you try to place this unasked burden on the town of Lewisburg? Matthew Winslow needs to answer that question. My opponent needs to give us his thoughts on that. Now, the newspaper said, well, when they were presented with this, about this, my opponent said, well, he only heard about it 2 weeks ago. But he offered no challenge. Why didn't he? He's a reputable attorney, supposedly knows the law, should have questioned how did this come about? And why Lewisburg? That's the question that should be posed to him. And I hope that he will answer that in a debate setting for us. You, citizens, ask for it. You just ask for it. Why you're doing this without citizen participation? Those are the questions that we need answered. If we don't fail to let this go, who's to know the next bill that they come out? Who's to know what the next law will be about? See, we don't know. That's not fair representation. See, you can recall your history lesson back in during the Revolutionary War when we had the Boston Tea Party, in which the colonists threw tea into the Boston Harbor in